on the beat.
We are habitants. We are habitants. We are habitants. Habitants.
You're welcome to App Chats with the President on ACTV. A gap, a bridge between you and your president. This is a program that makes you know more about the administration of your president in the association, be it indigenous, social association, even the student union government. My name is Oreitan Abdulrahmon, Orex Infinity. I'll be interacting with the guests I have today on your behalf. I will be glad you pay a very good attention. Good day, Mr. President.
Good day, sir.
Today I have the number one student of the college here in the studio with me. That is the student union president. Good day, Mr. President, once again.
Good day, sir.
Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
I'm Comrade Omosebi Oluwatobiloba, Insight.
From which department?
From Mathematics Department, sir.
As the president of the student union government.
Wow, yeah.
You're welcome to App Chats with the president. For the next few minutes, I'll be asking you a few questions, which basically is on your administration. And I'll be glad if I can get a very good response from you. Let's start. Mr. President, you have spent 4 months on seats now. When you were contesting, you did your manifestos. Can you please flash back to those things and let us know what were your manifestos when you were contesting?
Wow. When I was contesting, I made mention of changing the social activities on campus. You know, the social activities on campus is going down gradually. I have the intention in rising up or springing it up again.
The social
activities on campus.
Okay.
So,
what else do you still promise the student when you're contesting?
Wow. Good capital project. So.
That's a part of your promises?
Yes.
And when you were contesting, how many of you did you contest together?
2.
Who is the second person?
Comrade Oluwatobiloba.
Comrade, from which department?
Department of PES. Primary Educational Studies.
You, as the president of the whole college, do you still have any rapport with Comrade Oluwatobiloba?
Yes, do speak.
Once in a while?
Every time. Do communicate, chat on WhatsApp and the likes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me start from this. We had the examination is coming up April 3rd. But recently, the school pasted another admission list. And there are rumors on campus that the examination has been shifted. What justification do you have to that, sir?
Well, we are still hearing that rumor that we don't know, maybe it's going to be true. Because
sir, sorry to cut in there. You as a president,
they have to inform us. The management has not made their own decision on that.
It's still a rumor.
It's still a rumor.
What do you suggest to your office? Do you want the management to shift the exam, or we should start by April 3?
Well, I should not look. As a leader, you must not look into your own, what's it called? To your own benefit only, but you should look at what will favor other people.
Yeah, but if you're called, do you want us to shift this exam, or we should hold it April 3? Which one will you choose?
Well, last week they just admitted another set of students, and I'm still hearing that another set of degree students will be admitted also. So, when they call us to a meeting, we let them know that, as other institutions normally do, we should, split the exam. The Stellites should do their exam, the freshers should do
years later.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. You made mention of something that when you're contesting, you promise the students that are going to improve the social activities of the college. Let me start from this. What program have you done in that aspect? How far have you achieved that manifesto?
Wow. Last year, December, the director of social is working to ensure that, to put that in place. Okay. Last year, December, we held a Jersey night, and that the second edition of the Jersey night is coming next semester.
Okay.
So second edition.
Is that
And-
just tonight a new program?
Yeah?
Is it a new program?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and there are a lot of social activities that has come up on campus so that I can't even remember. So our welcoming party for the freshers, we used 2 days, which has not been recorded in the history of Adeyemi qualification. So one for sensitizing the student about what is going on on the campus debate, and the second day for normal social party for the fresher, invited the guests the artists on campus to perform for the students and the likes.
Thank you very much, President. Basically, it is known in the college that we have Abiko FM and we have ACTV, in which we are broadcasting here presently now. What are your contributions? Let me start from Abiko FM. What have you done to improve the transmission of Abiko FM as you promised in your manifesto speech?
Well, since I've come on board, we've been working towards Abiko FM in achieving, during my manifesto, I talked about frequency radio station.
Yes.
So, and we've been working towards how to achieve that.
How far have you gone about it?
Well, we've made some inquiries in getting our licenses, but we noticed that if we can get that license, if we want to get that license, we use nothing less than 2 years in having the license. Having a license of 2 years, I am going to be in power in 2 years. So we've moved to another project, still on radio station.
What is that project?
Don't worry, it's still in,
Okay,
we are still packaging
you're
it.
still packaging it.
Yes.
I hope you should tell me that since you have preached transparency in your government. Let's move to ACTV. What have you done to improve transmission on ACTV?
Well, ACTV is working fine.
I'm sorry to cut in there. ACTV is the first television station for a student in Nigeria, a student-based television station. So please, what have you done to improve the transmission?
Well, my government is giving out 6 TVs for ACTV. Yes,
Wow.
6 television sets for ACTV
Of
and
what size?
6 32 inches.
That's 2 inches.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and set-top box, 100 set-top box for ACTV. So,
Boss?
yes, set-top box,
Okay.
100 set-top
set-top
box
Okay.
for ACTV, to improve the broadcasting rate on campus.
Thank you very much. You said your government. Is it the money for that television? Is it coming from the purse of the student government or from the management, or you source for the money from somewhere else?
Well, the money coming outside, the money coming from the student union government, the money coming from the management is still our money. So far, it is the TV we presented through our own name.
It is through the office of student union government.
Student union government. So it is our government.
Thank you very much.
If it is outsider that is bringing it, if you go and seek for fund outside, they can write their name on it. They will give it to us and we hand it over to the student. Maybe it is Skybank that give us this television. Skybank give it to us, and administration led by,
Sure.
So that's our government.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If you're just joining the program, this is Art Chat to the President on ACTV. I have here in the studio with me the Student Union President in the person of our Comrade Omosebi Oluwatobiloba inside. Let's continue. Mr. President, recently we heard your General Secretary was suspended, and the rumor on campus is that you're behind the suspension of the General Secretary. Please, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm not the one behind the suspension. Behind the suspension, well, but they've taken him back.
But what causes the suspension of the General Secretary? Can you shed more light on that?
They have suspended him.
For
so
what?
for misconduct.
Misconduct.
So let's just put it that way.
Misconduct.
Yes.
Basically, the General Secretary was suspended because of misconduct. Thank you, Mr. President. Let me ask you about the job security. Here in Ondo State, let me say it, that students are not well secured. Basically, even just last week we recorded the issue of a staff being robbed around the bank there around 10 o'clock. What is your government doing about the security of the student?
Well, we've taken some steps about the security of the students. Early this year, or around end of February, went to the palace, we wrote to the police station, including the area commander, and yet there is no improvement on this issue. And we sensitize the student that if they are working, they have to work maybe 3 in groups, not single, they should not move. Working alone. So, and since then, there's improvement. But starting from last week up to this moment, we can recover that this issue is, it's coming up again. And we are still working on it to, ensure that the life of the student is safe.
Thank you very much, President. It is known that the student union executive to collect, should I call it salary, at the end of the month. But presently, it is now a common slang on campus that the present executive are collecting just 1,000 naira per month. Please, what do you have to say about that?
I believe this thing we are doing should be selfless service. Where, when I can recall, when every one of us we are campaigning, we did not include that when we got there, we are going there for money. Okay. We are going there all because of money. But it is high time. We are calling ourselves the leaders of tomorrow. Perhaps what the department we are holding now, we are, how shall I call it? We are doing everything, the way it will please our own self. Fighting for our own pocket, we suppose not to be so. The money contributed by some set of people that they struggled to pay this money, and you set of people just sit down, So this issue of salary is, well, I just do it so that.
Did you do that from your office or from
it's not,
house?
I did not do that from my office. Well, people's they said I'm the one that reduced their money. I'm not the one that reduced their money.
But who?
But the house did that.
Okay. How much did you write to the house? Are you?
No, I did not write anything to the house.
You did not write any how much?
So I wrote 10,000 naira as expected. Okay. The honorable, they started from their own allowance, for their own sitting. So they started from the judiciary arms. So from I think something like 1.5 per course section, they reduced it to 300 per course section. So they did that themselves. So they started from the judiciary council. So they moved to the honorable, which is the house, and from 1,000 to they reduced it to 300 naira. I did not send them to people are not expecting that they should leave the central executive. Is that possible?
They have to do that.
They have to do that. So I'm not the one.
Thank you, sir. As it is known that in any government, you have the 3 arms of government. That's the executive, judiciary, and the legislative. What relationship do you have with the other arms of government, particularly the Students' Representative Council?
Well, both of us are the speaker and his people. They are under people. We are the speaker, Right Honorable Abiola Ibrahim.
So what relationship do you have?
Well, we are from the same department, and is a leader, is a capacity leader on his own. So I think God used him. God really put him in the government to support the government. is wonderful. We are working together.
There has been no dispute?
Yes. There's nothing like, well, we do, you know, it is normal. The tongue and the teeth do not fight, and you know, they will settle it. So it is normal. In government, it is normal. In politics, it is normal to fight. But you know, when any issues spring up like that, there's no need of outsider to be settling it for you. You just have to call yourself, and you know, for us to be fighting, who can settle it? So you know, you just have to settle it amongst us.
Thank you, President. You know, no matter how much you publicize the activities in the student union government, there will still be some things that are not known to students. Basically, I heard of an issue that happened a few weeks ago, whereby you, the student government executive, went somewhere with 8 bikes or 9 bikes because of a rape case. Please, can you narrate that for us? And other related issues.
Well, that was last month, or yes, I think last month or early this month. A girl, she's in part 1, a fresh student. So that's February 14, I remember.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Okay. So they've known each other from before he gained admission. So
with
you know,
with a guy.
Yes, the guy is like a brother to him. You know,
okay.
Normal street uncle. You know, okay. So they do normally talk, and you know, the guy normally give him advice. They give her advice. So February 14, the guy called her that is in Infinite, that she should come and meet him.
There. Meet him there. You should come and meet him there. Okay.
So the girl went to Infinite. So on getting to Infinite, they took bike and they went off.
Without any disputes?
Without any dispute. Well, I don't know, you know, a person that you've known.
You have known for long.
So for long, you know, you won't expect, or you won't expect such act from that person. So the following day, that's February 15, the departmental president, that's Mr. Ayo, Comrade Ayo, from the Department of Social Study. So the girl and the president, they came to me. So I took the girl to the health center so that we can confirm what really happened. So the doctor said up to that moment, the girl is still bleeding.
Wow.
So up to that moment, you know, that incident occurred February 14, and up till February 15, around 11 o'clock. That means the girl is a virgin. 11 a.m.
She's still a virgin.
She's still a virgin.
Before the incident.
So before the incident. So you know.
What did the government now do to curb?
You said I should narrate. So
okay.
So we confirmed we collected the medical report. We took it to the DSA. So from there we started planning on how to get the guy. Before we moved to the health center, I said the girl should call him. Maybe the guy can come to the school, you know.
Okay.
The guy has known what
he has done.
So he refused. So the guy, I said he should not call him again. Went and we come back. So my honorable members, that's why we are working together. The honorable member, the life of Honorable Sunday Johnson, that's Afokwe, Rugged, Adeyemi Assis, aka Rugged, and the likes. So they went to the house. I sensitized them about the issue. So they went to the area where the girl is being raped. Okay. So, and they saw the guy and they apprehended him. So some street guy came out that they want to kill the SUG executive that went to the scene. So they are now, you know, what did I call it? Threatening the students and our executive. So I'm getting the DSA went along with them. So they've taken the guy they want to escape the guy. So the DSA blocked the vehicle and they brought him out. They take the case to the police station, and up to this present moment, I think the case is still in court.
Still in court.
It's still in court. You know, it's a state case.
It's a state case, sure. A rape
So,
case.
a rape case.
Thank you very much, President. I would like to conclude this program by asking you, everybody who call ourselves Abicans, Abico, just like an Abico FM, everything. What is the meaning of that word, Abico, or should I say Abican, Abico particularly?
Abico. Well, I would say the first set of contractor that built the first building. So,
Where is the building?
the first building, the first set of contractors that built the first building in this campus. So they are the one called Abico. So the people working with that with the construction company, they are called Abicans. So when people is coming to this side, they just say, I'm going to Abico. So like Badagry, like beggar.
Julius Berger.
So Julius Berger,
So that's how we come by. We students of
Adeyemi,
Abico.
So
thank you, Mr. President. I hope when next I invite on this program, you will surely give a positive response.
Definitely, sir.
And I'm very, very glad having you on Art Chat with the President today. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome, sir.
Viewers out there, I hope you enjoy every bit of the program with Comrade Omosebi Oluwatobi Insight. I'll be glad to meet you next on another edition of this program. Once again, my name is Oreitan Abdulrahmon, Orex Infinity, your usual host on Art Chat with the President. See you when next we meet. Bye-bye.
Ondo on the beat.
We are